Join me for a day in the life. Derek usually brings me coffee, and then we have our quiet times together, where we read our Bible, pray, and journal. Sometimes we do this individually, sometimes it's super short or happens in the evening. And sometimes I get distracted by looking at pictures of him that I use for bookmarks in my Bible. Not all mornings start out this chill, but this morning it was nice to get to have a little extra time together. While I started getting ready, Derek went and got the kids out of bed and up and going and all. On today's schedule, we have chiropractic appointments for everyone this morning and then swim lessons later this evening. I finished putting my makeup on so I could help finish getting the kids ready before we had to leave. Once everyone was dressed and ready, we bundled up and headed out for a quick run/walk with all of our kids, including our dog, Fenna. And this counts for our boys' PE every day since, surprise, we're homeschooling. We made it back home just in time to do a couple chores, grab a bite to eat, and head out the door to the chiropractor. We've all been making trips to the chiropractor recently since unfortunately we were involved in a vehicle accident where we were rear-ended. Thankfully, the chiropractor isn't too far away and we can go together as a family and have everyone seen and hopefully be on the mend before too long. Right when we made it home, the boys jumped back into their school and I tidied up a little bit. Then I went to check in on the big boys. This is our current homeschool space / my office and workout area. I headed back out to the living room to turn on some nice music for the day. Then I got some essential oils going in my diffuser because I like to kind of put us off on a good foot by getting some smells going and some nice music going. And I grabbed a quick drink of water because, it's always hard to stay hydrated during the day. And I started on brunch for all of us. Most days we would have had a bigger breakfast by now already, but since today we were a little busy and things were crazy getting out the door to the chiropractor, it just made more sense to have a brunch closer to lunchtime. And yes, I'm listening to the news as I cook, and this angle is not very flattering. No, I'm not pregnant. And shout out to my friend Emily who told me about this grape cutter. It's linked in my Instagram. It's amazing. Got everybody's plates served up and called them all to come eat. And I grabbed myself a plate. Of course, I doused it in my favorite hot sauce, Valentina, and then I sat down to eat. After lunch, we all cleaned up, and then I started working on some laundry. Once the laundry was finished, then I grabbed this little scanner and scanned one of my kids' mouths for their orthodontist. Then Freddie needed a quick change, so I did that, and then we headed to the living room and played a little bit together with a little learning game that he had and a book, and just had a little bit of fun hanging out before I then got my sourdough starter out of the fridge to get that going. I love including my kids in anything that I can. It's really important for their learning and just knowing that they're valued, and we love being in the kitchen together. So any opportunity, even though it might take a little bit extra time, I love to just bring them in, let them observe, let them help, or try and help. Then I did a little quick clean and another little game with Freddie, and then it was time to grab him a snack before his nap time. Once Freddie was down for a nap, I headed back to the kitchen to bake my sourdough bread. Then it was time for a quick clean in the kitchen and a second cup of coffee. And while my coffee was still brewing, I decided to go ahead and put the dishes away and check on the laundry and get that switched over. Then my coffee was ready, so I grabbed it, added a little creamer because mama girl ain't gonna drink it black. And just as I was about to head into the office, one of my kids came up asking about needing some things for one of their school assignments, so I helped them find those and then headed into the office/schoolroom. And while the kiddos were working on school still, I cranked away on my to-do list, which included working on some social media posts and other things, responding to emails, and of course grading the kids' school. And although most of the boys' school is taught for me on their video classes, I like to be around and in the schoolroom as much as possible so I can help them if need be. Freddie was not really ready for a nap yet, so I got him out, got the bread out of the oven, and then decided we should get a little more energy out. So we went outside for a little walk close to our house, and we found rocks and decided to throw them in the water area right beside our house. After getting a few snacks on board and getting that extra energy out, nap time was a go. Then I was able to sit down and crank out some work in the next couple hours between answering some questions for the boys and helping them work through their school. My coffee seemed to run out all too soon, but I just decided to hydrate and keep rolling. With grading done for the day, I stapled together some of their correction pages and put them on the wall in their corrections basket. And thankfully today was one of those days where the boys finished their school just in time. Freddie woke up from his nap and we started prepping to leave for swim class. And on swim school days, I usually make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to take with us so that we can eat them after the boys swim, or sometimes we eat them on the way if we've not had a chance to eat supper beforehand. And I'll usually pack some veggies too to go with it. And our small loaf of sourdough bread was also ready, so of course I had to slice that up and grab a little snack on the way to the car. As any busy family can relate, most nights Derek's work would keep him late, which would send me with the kids by myself driving over to swim school, but I was glad this time both of us could make it and we could all drive over together. We've been so blessed to have such a great swim school in our area that allows the kids to take year-round lessons at varying levels and progress throughout the year.
We're taking the kids to the dentist tomorrow, so you're filling out paperwork and I'm filling out paperwork.
After we got the dental paperwork figured out, I ran up to the front desk to rearrange the kids' swim classes.
Switch to their new classes and all.
By the time we were headed home, it was getting late, and we had some coupons for free Andes, so we stopped in for a treat.
Good stuff.
You've been here since the last time we got free Andes.
He's not wrong. And with an hour drive home, we stopped again to grab a snack to make sure everybody had full bellies so we could go straight to bed when we got home. Usually, on any other school night, the kids would have been in bed long before now, and so would we. But with the couple extra stops and it being a swim night, it ended up being a little bit later.